What's up, traders? Welcome to Plays of the Day. I am currently running a short position right now in ES. I was up about 6 points. Now we're back to break even. We're getting a little bit of volatility at the next 15-minute candle printing. So I'm going to run through this entry. I'm trading my top one futures account. I'm currently drawing down about $1,000. And yeah, we're going to see if we can make, let's see, something between 500, 800 on this trade because I will take profits at initial balance low here if we do come to initial balance low and find some rejection. But I do also want to see if we can't get a little push lower because to me, I'm definitely reading these markets as more bearish than bullish right now. I'm going to get into my 15-minute time frame analysis and basically just run through this trade. So if there's anything you guys want me to cover in the chat, be sure to let me know. I'm going to be going over the trade and stuff. So, you know, send any topics or any questions that you want me to cover. So just looking at the morning real quick, instead of watching that trade for just a sec, we're basically just at this tariff VWAP. We gapped down overnight yesterday, and I spoke about this 5,500 level being resistance at the moment. We're holding under previous day VWAP, and the overnight session and the New York session has clearly just been very indecisive on what side that we basically want to break out from. Every time we kind of coil in a tighter consolidation pattern, we're going to get a move to one direction. And right now it's looking more like the short side is the higher probability for me, especially because when you see this, for me, this tariff VWAP being held by these pins is really important. And then also, if we go to NVIDIA and Q, we're definitely looking more bearish than bullish. This is a very bearish chart, not bullish. So the particular entry for this trade was I anchored once we broke the New York VWAP. Now it's telling me sellers are in control. We break tariff VWAP, and then we hold under the tariff VWAP. And just for reference, I will go to the exact day that this was put on. This was put on at Wednesday the 9th at 10:20 West Coast time. That was when we had the pump that we were going to pause tariffs for 90 days and then initiate a 125% tariff on China. So that was a key event in the market. That would be a news catalyst event, as Brian Shannon would call it. So when we're holding under this tariff VWAP, we're holding under the blue line, which is the New York VWAP. We make a new swing low. On this swing low made, that's when I anchor the VWAP. Then the technical entry is on the first break of that VWAP. But something that I've found a lot of success with is waiting to see, are we going to hold under the VWAP or do we do a sharp reversal? Because if we look at the trade this morning, it actually is a good example of us holding under VWAP. We break out of opening range low, we retest opening range low, we break the low of day VWAP, and then you can see we do hold under, but then continue to retrace up. So sometimes this retracement can be on this candle. We break the low of day VWAP and then immediately just reverse. So that is just what I was being cautious of here, waiting to make sure that we held under. And then basically right here, we had the start of a new 15-minute candle. So I always try and enter right around the entry or the start and the stop of 15-minute candles, because we know that there are a lot of people who put on trades every 15 minutes, who are checking the charts every 15 minutes. So that for them is an indication of whether they should get in or out of the market. So with that being known, I can sell or buy with those traders. And so now we're looking, this trade is looking good right now for me. We're up about 4 points. I'm going for 20, and we can see NVIDIA is cracking for new lows of day. Microsoft is under its New York VWAP. Google is above its VWAP. Amazon is under. Apple is under. Tesla is under. And Meta is right at that VWAP. So definitely overall good alignment for the shorts right now. We're just going to keep this running. I haven't found success in trailing my stops. I find I end up moving the stop loss to a place where the risk is still should be on the table for me. So right now, my invalidation level of this short idea is 53.71.5 because that is going to be above the New York VWAP. That's going to be above this last structure. We just cracked for a new 1 minute candle body low of the day or of this kind of afternoon session, which again I like for the trade. Everything is red on the Mag 7, so it's difficult for me to buy here. And then VIX is also up 4%. So that's giving me additional confirmation that the shorts are in play today. Yep, we're continuing to crack lower. Let's see what's going on here. So we got pre-market lows at 40. So I'm going to move my stop to, or my take profit to 41. We'll do 41 as my take profit here. Because as this has been such a ranging day, I find it's best to not anticipate a break of these lows and rather use this level as a target. And we can always, if we do get accelerated momentum, we can always trail the stop. So what's up, Manny? How you doing today? Are you red, flat, green? What's going on? This looks like a tough market to trade in the morning session. I was off the desk this morning, so I actually ended up missing all the chop. I have a couple markups that we'll go over, but let's see. We're up about 300 on this trade right now. We're just gonna keep that running. Okay, looks good. So let's go over some of the markups from this morning. I just went over this one, this low of day play. This is one of those trades that 9 times out of 10 it's gonna hit. It's part of a system is making sure you take the same repeated entry signal over and over and over again. This is an entry signal that I have personally taken many times, especially when we're opening up with stocks gapping down. I believe there was tariff news last night that left us with this gap down. So right at tariff VWAP, holding under tariff VWAP, holding under opening range low, and then the break of low of day VWAP. Let's see what's going on with the trade. Yeah, just getting a little pullback here. Is anyone else in this trade with me? There was definitely a couple opportunities since stream has started to get in with me at the same price up there. And quite frankly, this could be a very range bound day where this could be a next little leg before we continue higher. So I'm just going to watch this and know if we do break 53.63, I would probably want to remove half my risk here. So let's check financial juice because we have the US 10-year or US 20-year going on right now. And then we also have Powell speaking at 10:30 a.m. So 1:30 East Coast time. Powell speaking at the Club of Chicago. So nothing about interest rates necessarily, but we do know that can move the market significantly. So we're just going to see what price wants to do as it pulls back to my original entry price. Again, I'm trading on the top one account, and the trade I'm actually going to go over right after this that hit this morning was the double break play. So with Edgeful, we know that about 60% of the time the double break trade wants to hit, and occasionally right now maybe it's more like 55%, but something I've been noticing is that it's starting to come back and be a trade that is presenting itself more often than not. So yeah, right now it's only at about 50%, but let's say if we go to the last 5 years and get just a larger sample size here, it's going to be more like 60%. So this exact trade is actually taught by me in the Top One Futures Academy. So I got to partner with Top One and create a course for this specific trade. And we can see we're still holding under VWAP here. So If you guys are interested in learning this specific trade setup in more detail, you can purchase an account using my link, and then you automatically get free access to the Top One Futures Academy. Myself, Austin Silver, Tanner Owens, a variety of guys, and they're always continuing to add more, teach their specific setups that has helped them become a funded trader. So basically, when we're in a consolidating range and we have the where we're trading in trend with the 15-minute chart, if we break out of one side of the opening range, which is just the first 15 minutes of the day, about 60% of the time in the last 5 years, we're going to break the other side of the range. So the entry signal is very simple. It's just a break back into the range. When we break out, we break back into the range. It's that first candle. The reason I didn't have this candle marked up is because I had this short entry. So this short entry, you would have been stopped out on that candle. And it's not good to just immediately reverse and flip your bias. It's better to make a game plan. So in these next 10 minutes, you have the time to make the game plan and find this next trade setup that you want to be in. So this juice. I don't know what came from this. There isn't anything on Financial Juice. That's where I get all my news from. Yeah, there wasn't anything in here that was looking like it caused this market spike. So that just ended up being a little lucky pop that you would get. So looking at this trade, we're back in a little bit of small drawdown here, but nothing about the trade is telling me to get out. Everything is moving in unison. For me, it's important that ES, NQ, and NVIDIA are all moving in unison. We made a new low of day on NVIDIA, and we're pulling back. We made a new swing low on the NASDAQ, and we're pulling back. So I'm just going to sit tight in this trade. Let's see what the Dow is doing. Dow is also moving very similarly. So yeah, we're gonna see what's going on. But something I wanted to talk about today a little bit is this question about prop trading, because I also trade a personal account. I have my own personal account, and I actually can't trade it right now. I don't trade large enough with this volatility. As these last 2 days have been a little slower, it is easier. I probably could trade that account, but still with the unknown volatility, I don't feel comfortable to put my own capital at risk. So what do I do instead? I use the prop firms. And let's just use this as an example, because basically all the best traders that I have learned from and listened to all say that it's about your first 2 to 3 years is just a learning curve. And if you make money, Stephen Goldstein actually says, if you make money in your first 2 years, you just got lucky. So Trader one would prefer to risk $6,000 of cash money because he says prop firm rules are too hard. And then Trader two would prefer to risk $500 of cash with a $6,000 simulation account to protect capital. Trader one blows up the $6,000, and then Trader two can blow up 12 times before they lose the $6,000. I think it's very important that if you do trade prop, you take it seriously, because I think it's very easy to get caught up in that. You just paid your $300, and now you're whatever happens, and you're at a fixed cost. So you don't take it as seriously. But at the end of the day, it's a much better way to learn trading on a prop account than it would be trading your own account and going through those losses. As we pull back here, I'm thinking about removing 50% of my position if this level gets taken, because this is a equal candle pin highs for me. So I'm gonna do a stop buy of 4. So if the market continues higher, I'm gonna be removing half of my position, which I know I can always add back in. But yeah, I just see this as I see this as a micro level. I find levels on the 1 minute chart, and I find levels on the 15-minute chart that I think price wants to engage with. And I see this as, if this level gets taken, there's really nothing stopping it from taking this level that my stop is at. So with that being said, I want to be removing some risk. And especially when you look at it like this, yeah, so see, I probably just got half that. Nope, not quite yet, but that'll probably get taken. I'll probably take half off there. Um, if we look at Nvidia to kind of show how I'm thinking about this correlation, Nvidia just broke for a new low of day and it's already down 8%. What are the chances that it just continues to slide to 9% without a pullback? That's not that that's not as likely as a pullback occurring. So I expect to take some drawdown. Basically, my point is I expect to take some drawdown on these types of trades, but this is not necessarily the level where the whole short thesis is invalidated. So having the stop up here still opens me up to take a full loss on an idea that I know where I should be cutting the trades. Basically, one of my mentors, he always talked about having lines of defense. So this was a line of defense that I identified, and now I'm using it to trail to basically get out of my position early. Because once it comes back to the New York VWAP, that we got the New York VWAP, the low of day VWAP, pair of VWAP. This is going to be a key level of interest right now. I'm just thinking about this trade right now. Yep, so I just got taken out half, which is okay. So now I'm opening myself up to a $400 loss on a 150K. So that's about, what is that? I don't know. My math's not good right now. Like maybe like it's less than 10%. Yeah, it's less than 10% of the account. So I'd have to take 10 losing trades in a row to blow that account. So I'm very happy with that risk management. But yeah, as this trade is just moving slow, let's see what else is going on here on the 15-minute chart. I'm just gonna run over some of my VWAPs I have on here because I subscribe to Brian Shannon and his market analysis that he does weekly and daily. So I'm just going to share some of the key VWAPs that he's using right now and how I'm reading them. So this is a swing low VWAP on the 15-minute chart. If we look at the low of the month basically now and just kind of the low of this dip, we can put an anchor and see with 100% certainty who is in control from the bottom. And from the bottom, buyers are in control right now. And then we have the tariff VWAP. So from the tariff VWAP, who is in control? The sellers and buyers are struggling right now. It is a battle right now. Right now, sellers are in control. As this trade comes back down, I probably will want to add in again, but I will wait to add in until I get a break of this VWAP because now this is the new swing low VWAP. And someone might say you shouldn't have taken half off. And you know what? Let's see, I'm gonna wait for the candle to print. Make sure it's under VWAP. 2, 1. So I just added to my position. And now I'm gonna trail the stop. So now I'm not gonna allow myself to take a larger than normal loss. So that's why I trailed that stop. And then we'll go back. Let's go back to the charts. So looking at it from the tariff VWAP, it's very indecisive who's in control here. That's kind of what I'm trading at right now. And we can see these pins on the 15-minute chart definitely bodes to the short side. And especially if this candle flips bearish, that would be a very nice 15-minute candle closure. So we got previous day VWAP above. As this market just slow right now, it's just slow and consolidating. I'm going to leave you guys with this trade call of I'm in short from 53.58.75 all the way down to 53.40. That's my trade right now. I'm trading from the middle bottom of range to pre-market lows. So let's see what happens. And I will keep this updated on my Twitter account. Be sure to use the code Thomas if you want to purchase any top 1 accounts. And I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow.